I have mentioned this many times before, but I've never been to the US. And I like watching content that tells me what to expect if I was to ever go there, which I probably will, hopefully. So, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reacting to 21 things in the US that puzzle most foreigners. Let's see what the video is about.
Well, you may have lived in the United States your whole life without realizing that something totally normal for you seems bizarre to people from other parts of the world. Who knew that munching on fried pickles in a highly air-conditioned room was so outlandish? Well, here are some other highly entertaining Americanisms I've gathered.
Munching on pickles? What? What? I like pickles.
Let's count it down from number 21. Sales tax is a guessing game. When you go shopping in the US and see a price tag that says $14.88, don't expect to pay $14.88 at the register. Sales tax is not included in the price of an item. And since this tax can vary from state to state, figuring out your total can turn into the ultimate mental math challenge.
No, you're telling me that if I go there and I go to a store and I buy let's see, a $5 ice cream and I buy some $3 chips and I've counted like I have $10, okay, I can get a $2 something. That you're saying that the price is going to be higher, that the price is not the one that I've counted on my calculator on my iPhone while I picked up every and each item? That is brutal. Because, you know, sometimes I got a 20. I got a 20 and I need to get myself some movie snacks. And I will literally go into the store and count with my iPhone calculator each item that I take so I don't go over budget. What do you mean? That would be disturbing. That's disturbing. I don't like that. Is that normal? Is that actually normal? Does that happen nowadays? That literally sounds like something that's not real.
Countries, the sales tax is already included in the price. It's known as a value-added tax, or VAT. Number 20. We're total workaholics. A lot of Americans don't feel the need to take long vacations, so they often let vacation and sick hours pile up without ever using them. Plus, most employers only give you 2 weeks out of the year. But in a lot of other countries, like Brazil or Finland, workers are encouraged to take an average of 30 days of vacay. Wow, maybe I should take some time off, or perhaps I'll just keep waiting.
Yes, in Finland, break time and vacation time is vital. And in Spain, where I live, they will take any chance they get to have a free day of work. Like any chance they get. Like if you ever come on vacation in Spain, chances are that one of them days there's like no stores open because people will take any reason. Oh, today is National Burger Day. I'm not gonna go to work. Oh, tomorrow is the National Stay at Home Day. Everything is a reason to vacation in Spain. But yeah, in Finland they do take vacations very seriously. I take my vacations very seriously. I mean, if you can't have a vacation of work, how do you do that? How can you no. my mental state would not be stating if I didn't have a vacation.
19. It's not a party without red Solo cups. In the States, this red plastic cup is synonymous with "party on, dude." But other countries apparently don't recognize this cup to mean the same thing. People in the UK, for example, don't use red Solo cups at get-togethers. They have to go to a special website to purchase the cups for American-themed parties. Who knew? Number 18. Deep-fried.
I think this would be more of a thing that Americans would get puzzled about in Europe, but yeah, no, we don't have red cups anywhere. I haven't seen them in any store. Yeah, I haven't seen them in any store, actually. So, no, we don't have red Solo cups, but I think they look nice.
Everything. Whether it's fried pickles or even fried Oreos, America has it all. fried fish recipes first appeared in Spanish and Portuguese cookbooks as far back as the 1200s, and the Greeks were frying food in olive oil way back in the 5th century BCE. But as America does with many things, they've adopted a tradition from far-off lands and took it up a notch, or 5. 17.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on the internet of Americans frying different things. Like you get fried sushi, fried everything. And I love that. I love that.
Get everything you need right at the pharmacy. If you're not from the US, it may be puzzling to walk into a pharmacy and see aisles and aisles of over-the-counter meds, toys, makeup, clothes, and even groceries. Unlike in other countries where pharmacies sell medicine and medical supplies exclusively, the ones in the US are like small convenience stores where you can grab magazines, Tylenol, and a frozen pizza in one fell swoop. 16. Fill her up. In America,
That is crazy. No, pharmacies are made to sell pharmaceuticals, you know? Like it's made to sell medicine. Yeah, that would never happen here.
if a restaurant doesn't offer free refills on fountain drinks, it's kind of strange. But in other countries, once you buy one beverage, that's it. France banned refills on sugary sodas back in 2017 in order to combat the current obesity epidemic. But in the US, the idea of free refills is still alive and well.
This one is also a thing I saw in another video. Bring the refills back, please.
15. If you don't like it, return it. Whether it's an ugly sweater from grandma or a heinous pair of earrings from an ex, if you don't like it, you can just return it. In America, making returns at stores is pretty normal and super easy. I mean, the US even has a National Returns Day in January, conveniently held for you to return holiday gifts you weren't too thrilled about. 14. Tips for everyone.
See, you can return stuff here too. Well, not really. Not everything. But I don't think I'd ever return any gifts because I just feel like that would be disrespectful, you know. But okay.
Cab drivers, servers, hairdressers, you gotta tip them. Tips are acceptable for almost any service in the US and sometimes consist of 25% of the bill. We haven't started tipping surgeons yet. But there are places in other parts of the world, such as Japan, that consider tipping incredibly rude, like in restaurants. When you travel to different countries, it's important to learn their tipping etiquette so that you don't offend anyone. 13. I'll take my coffee to go. With a Starbucks on every corner, it's very normal to see people toting around a coffee as they shop, commute to work, and whatever else at all times of the day. But in many parts of the world, coffee is meant to be sipped on while seated and enjoying the paper or chatting with friends. Tugging your coffee along with you throughout the day might be due to the fact that the cups are huge and take longer to drink. Who's got that kind of time to be sitting in a cafe for hours? Sounds like fun to me. Number 12.
This is true, but I think like the internet, like the social media has changed this a lot in Europe as well because I also take my coffee to go when I'm like doing stuff or going places. But I think it's more typical here to sit at a cafe and have your coffee there.
The land of ice-cold drinks. Now speaking of drinks, if it's not a hot coffee or cocoa, then it's probably got ice in it. Tea, coffee, lemonade, soda, water. Americans like it on the rocks. If you go elsewhere in the world, odds are you'll be sipping your soda at room temperature, or maybe slightly refrigerated if you don't specifically ask for ice. Number 11.
Refrigerated, yes, but who drinks room temperature soda? No, that is diabolical. You don't drink room temperature soda. That is disgusting. I personally like all of my drinks cold. Well, maybe not ice cold, but you know, refrigerator cold.
Keeping the AC on at all times. Americans must have an aversion to being hot. In many parts of Europe, people simply don't use air conditioning as much as they do in the States. Here, it's expected to always have the AC blaring, and a lot of visitors find it pretty strange and quite chilly. But come on, it makes sense. If you're cold, you can layer up. If you're hot, all you can do is suffer and complain about it. Number 10. Looking at dollars is a snooze fest. I remember going to Europe for the first time and thinking their banknotes looked like Monopoly money. And I guess a lot of countries have bills of different colors and sizes depending on the value, like Swedish krona and Russian rubles. But not in the US. It's all greenbacks, baby. Sure, 10s look a little yellowy, 50s are kind of pinkish, and Benjamins seem bluer than the others. But still, US dollars definitely aren't as fun and rainbowy as other currencies. Number 9. Giving a thumbs up. In America, even little kids know a thumbs up means good job, way to go, or anything positive like that. But if you travel to Greece or the Middle East and give this common American gesture, you probably won't make too many friends. Hey, how about giving this video a thumbs up for the useful tip? Number 8. The date writing conundrum. So,
Why can you not give the thumbs up in Greece? What?
many visitors to the US get really confused by the month-day-year thing, because most parts of the world write the day, then the month, then finally the year. There's no clear historical reason why the US insists on writing the day differently, but we just do. Number 7.
Yeah, that is so confusing to me when like I have to put my age in some type of web page and they ask for the month first, then the day, and then the year. I don't get it. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
Pre-baby baby showers. Many cultures celebrate a new baby coming into the world, but America is one of the few places that does this before the baby actually gets here. In East Asian countries, for instance, celebrations for a new baby are held once the baby is born, as doing otherwise is seen as bad luck. Number 6. Where "how are you" means hello. Sure, people ask each other how they're doing in other countries, but Americans often use this phrase as a replacement for hey or hello. It doesn't even require a real response. People just answer with fine thanks, even if they're in a horrible mood or had a terrible day. Number 5. Bathroom stalls that aren't so private. Don't like doing your business in front of complete strangers? Americans don't either, of course, but the fact that bathroom stall doors often reveal as much as your entire lower leg seems to say otherwise. There's no clear reason as to why there's this big gap in public bathroom stalls here, but many guess it's for safety reasons or ventilation. Just saying. Number 4.
I mean, bathrooms, like especially public bathrooms, are already pretty well ventilated because the doors are not like, they don't close all the way. Why would you have that? I would not like that at all.
No one uses their inside voice. A lot of my friends who are visiting or moved to the US tell me that locals speak so loud compared to other countries. Whether it's talking on your cell phone or chatting with a friend over lunch, Americans seem to really like projecting their voice. I don't know. Maybe we just want to make sure we're heard. Number 3. It's all about choices.
I mean, I don't know. I think, like, I live in Spain. I think Spanish people are pretty loud, but I've never been to America. So if Europe is not loud, then I wonder how loud is Americans or are Americans.
Walk into any grocery store aisle and you'll notice at least 10 different options for cookies, crackers, or cereal. People in the UK don't have these many options for food, and you'll almost never find anything in grape flavor there. Number 2. Hopping into the back seat of a cab. When getting into a cab, it's customary in the States to scoot on into the back seat. But in countries like New Zealand and Australia, riding anywhere but shotgun can be a little rude. Number 1. That classic American smile. In the US, people aren't afraid to be nice and show their pearly whites all the time. And according to a 2015 study at Brown University, because America has always been a very diverse country, it forced people to smile at each other more since they couldn't always communicate with language. That's just one more historical theory as to why Americans tend to smile more than people in other places do. Or maybe we're just, friendlier. Whether you're from the US or not, Can you add any more strange Americanisms to the list? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like, share it with a friend, and here are some more.
Smile more. Well, that's interesting, but like I think it depends a lot on the country that you're in Europe as well. How the people act towards each other. Like in Finland, it's not typical to like say hello and smile to other people on the street. Yet they'll probably think you're crazy or on drugs. But in Spain, for example, you say hello to everyone. Good day, hi, goodbye, that's typical. And in Spain, also small talk is just more typical than in Finland. In Finland, you don't do small talk, for example, in the elevator. The elevator is the most uncomfortable place to be in Finland. Nobody talks to each other. You just have to like stare at the floor. Um, you don't like being in others' personal space. In Spain, when you get into the elevator, like sometimes when I get into, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I hope my neighbors don't see this, but sometimes when like I'm getting to the elevator and I hear that some of my neighbors are coming into the portal. What is it called? The entrance. I like I'm like, please close, cause I don't feel like doing small talk. I'm still from Finland. I'm still Finnish. I don't feel like doing small talk. I don't wanna talk. I wanna get home. So yeah, it depends. It depends. A lot of these things depends. Also, a lot of these things are coming to Europe. I mean, the frying thing, I think, is like we fry more stuff. Um, the pharmacies hopefully don't change to this because that would be so weird. That would be weird. And also, I like colorful money. I mean, it's way more fun than to just have green money. I'm not gonna lie. And the air conditioning was another thing. I mean, yeah, I guess not like as many people have air conditioners, but then again, it depends on the household. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that tube over there, in the back, which looks like, I don't know, like I live in a construction, workers building, but that's actually from the air conditioning of this room, and it's blasting all day around because I want to be comfortable. So yeah. But hey, that was super interesting. Comment down below which one was the most interesting to you. I mean, these go like both ways. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.